Today, I'm going to give you 4 simple steps to sincerely manifest anything you want. I'm going to make it easy to understand and apply to your day-to-day life. And even if you are a master, you've read every book, you've done all the things, you know everything about conscious manifestation, you're still going to get something out of today's video. So I encourage you to keep watching. Hello, my fellow flawless, limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How are you on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? I hope you're all doing fabulous. I hope you're all choosing to be the versions of yourself that have exactly what you want. I hope that's what you're doing. Let's get right into it today. Okay, today is Tuesday. I'm full of nasally, nissy sounds, so bear with me through this video. Recording on my laptop, and well, we know it's not the greatest quality, but we're in a time crunch because I have a busy day with coaching calls. I want to talk about, like, if you could only watch one video, can you get all the information you need to change your life in just one video? Yes, you can. And it's this video. So step 1, first tip, decide who the fuck you are. Get really, really clear on who you are, who you want to be. So let's say whatever it is you're manifesting, it could be love. Well, if you're manifesting a specific person, how do you want to be treated in love? How would the treatment that you're desiring, how would that make you feel? What do you think your identity would be as a man or a woman in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship? Get clear on that. So, for instance, when I was manifesting my own relationship, I got super clear. I wanted my man to be the type of man who is attentive and affectionate. A man who's not afraid to take my hand, put his arm around me, hug me, all the things, holding hands before you fall asleep, holding hands while we're driving in the car, someone who opens the door for me. I wanted all of those things. I got clear and I legitimately wrote it down. And then, yes, who am I as that woman in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship? Who am I? How does it feel to wake up in the morning as that version of myself? So in other words, you're really deciding now who you are, not who you were. And you're not thinking about the who you want to be with limitations because of any assumptions you might have about yourself or whatever your past is. No, this is a clean slate. Clean slate. You can have anything you want. You get to feel any way you want. And that might mean just looking at somebody on the internet and looking like maybe their life looks interesting to you. And you'd like their daily routine to be something that you're experiencing. Then decide that's who you are. Put that down. This is what I want my day-to-day life to look like. And this is how I want to feel while living that life. I wanted to feel confident. I wanted to feel safe and secure. I wanted to know that I could think about other things and fully give myself to those other topics, to the other people in my life, without constantly worrying about what SP is doing. I wanted to be someone who was so comfortable and confident that this love is real love, long-lasting love, and that I'm truly wanted, desired, cherished, adored by this other person. And I don't have to second guess anything. That's who I am. And I want to be someone that feels, successful. So maybe you're not manifesting love. Maybe you're manifesting money. Well, you want to be someone who feels like what every day? Probably a sense of safety, security. You can buy anything you want. You can invest and save anything you want. And money keeps flowing to you. Money money becomes something that you no longer need to worry about. Well, what What words give you the feeling of never having to worry about it anymore? Safety, security. You notice those words come up a lot. We all want to feel safe and secure. I wanted to feel like all of these things were my normal. It was normal for me to assume and to know that I have a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. It was normal for me to believe that I don't have to worry about money. I'm going to be safe and secure for the rest of my days. I want to feel like that. I want to feel like a wealthy woman. Well, what does whatever it is you're manifesting, what are you hoping that fulfills? That's who you want to be then. Write it down. If you don't want to put it in your phone in your notes, but get clear on who this new version of you is. So there, we've made our decision. We know who we want to be. Your identity is locked in. Step 2, start behaving like it. Start behaving like a woman or man in your new identity. Show up to life like you are revealing the new you. You know, I've said in past videos, you know, like when I was doing this myself, and quite frankly, I'm still doing it, right? Because there's maintenance and then we're on to other desires. But there's a little pep in your step when you know, hey, I don't have to worry about this shit anymore. I don't have to worry about what specific person's doing anymore. I don't care. I know that person loves me, cherishes me, is faithful to me. I know it. That's my normal. I know I don't have to worry about being brokenhearted, being left, abandoned. So I get to feel that being relaxed, being chill, or being excited, whatever words come to mind for you. I'm her now. And I'm going to start showing up as her now. Well, what does that mean? Well, as you are interacting with people in your day-to-day life, are you aware that you're putting up with things, tolerating things that you know damn well the version of you who has, you know, that dream life wouldn't put up with? Well, why don't we start looking at things a little differently? So I'm talking about sincerely showing up and carrying yourself with the idea of, you could think of it this way, that you have a secret. You have a secret. You know that your life is, oh my God, getting amazing. The success, the love, you know, maybe you're doing an appearance change. So the body you've always wanted, you know, the little secret that everything around you is actually recalibrating itself to make that true for you. It's like you're revealing to the world your new character, the new version of you. So however you believe your new version of yourself would think, would act, you get to do that now. Start behaving as him or her now. Think of it as your behavior is meant to align with this new identity. And of course, this should go without saying, but the understanding of why you could just decide you are a new version of yourself. It's because your source and your identity is malleable. And it's malleable because your source, because you are the I am. So when you go back into old behavior patterns, tolerating old things, how does that make you feel? Is it upfront in your awareness, like, I know I shouldn't be putting up with this, but if I'm doing this, well, that definitely means I'm not my new self. So you see what I'm saying? It's your belief around your own behaviors and patterns. If you know right now, you can think of certain things that you are currently doing, that you are very well aware that you have decided that the new version of you will not be doing, you're giving that the meaning. So in other words, I put up a video the other day, I put one up on my TikTok in regards to When we believe that we have flaws and there's things about us that need changing, and we're giving it the label that I know I wouldn't do that if, it's you in here giving those behaviors the meaning that you are not the new self, the new version of you. So it's not even really the behaviors and the things you're tolerating. It's the meaning behind them that matter, because you're making it matter. You're claiming that with your own I am awareness. Think of it like the wealthy version of you doesn't panic because a bill comes in. The wealthy version of you, pays the bills and doesn't think twice about, replacing that money. Because the wealthy version of you comfortably knows, I don't have to worry about anything. Money is always available to me. So maybe you heard me say that and you think, oh my God, I knew I just had a meltdown over having to pay a really expensive, automobile bill. And now you label that, well, see, that wasn't my new self, so I must not be my new self. No, it's you beating yourself up and immediately giving it the meaning that you're not who you say you are. Do you see, when we talk about identity being so malleable, that we're shifting in and out of versions of ourselves or states of consciousness all day long. So you see how easy you can go from one identity to the next. Well, it works both ways. So be clear that you are who you want to be now, and that everything you do, everything, how you interact with anybody, how you interact with reality, how you get ready for work in the morning or get ready for school in the morning, everything you do is the new behavior of the new self. Stop labeling things. Stop giving them the meaning that you're not him or her yet. And for the sake of saying, when you're identifying as a version of yourself, your subconscious, if we're going to talk about conscious mind versus subconscious mind, takes what you give it with conviction. So your subconscious is not only recalibrating things around your reality, but is also inspiring you so that the actions that you're actually taking, because you're identifying as this new version of yourself, are inspired actions to bring about your desire, even if you don't see clearly how that might line up in reality. It's happening. It's happening. Everything you do, everything you experience is to bring about your desire. It's just we get in habits through our old conditioning of labeling things as, well, this must not be related. I had, toast and eggs for breakfast this morning. What the hell does that got to do with me being in my, my new body, or being wealthy, or being in love? Everything is a part of your journey. Everything is. When you start looking at reality that way, the clearer it becomes. You're the new identity. You are the new self now. I would say step 3 is like narrating your reality from power. Just like I just said, in regards to how you label what's happening in your reality matters. Because without meaning to, we can be giving things negative meanings, shitty meanings. And from there, without meaning to, identifying as I am not. At every given moment, literally every moment, we are identifying as I am or I am not. I am the self that has all the desires. I am not the self that has the desires. We're always making that decision. So when we're talking shit about ourselves, when we're believing that nothing's working, nothing's changing, I'm never going to be able to have my desire because I haven't been very good at getting what I wanted out of life yet, you're deciding that for yourself. You're identifying with it. Fuck that. Everything is to your benefit. Everything that happens in reality is to give you the life you want. Everything is. Everything's always working out for you. You always get what you want. You are source. Why would we ever deliberately talk shit against ourselves? It's changing that whole inner dialogue so that at every moment of the day, even when you're not even focused on it and you're relaxed and just scrolling away, you know that even in those moments, everything is working for you. That reality or the universe is bending to you, to your will, to your desires. Everything always works out for you. You're an unstoppable force. Unstoppable. So any talk that says differently, fuck that entirely. And let me just say, you are going to have all different types of thoughts. You might get a fearful, doubtful, negative thought here and there. That's not the issue. It's when you're letting that mean, well, I must not be my new self. I had bad thoughts about my specific person today. I'm not my new self. And then we beat ourselves up and we go in the cycle of, I am being my new version. Oh, no, I did this and this. So now I'm not the new version. And it's never going to work. No, you're just willing yourself into a pity party victim state, which how the hell is that going to help you to live the life you want? It's not. It's going to keep you in the life where you have lots and lots of things to fucking bitch about. Okay? And the last tip, so we could say step 4, is maintaining your throne, even through chaos. Even when thoughts are going through your mind that you would label chaos or hot mess express, you are maintaining this identity no matter what. And this doesn't have to be hard. It just requires your agreement. So did you hear? What I have not said is you can't have an emotional reaction. You can't have a bad day. I have not said that. So don't take that meaning away from this video. I'm being very clear on that. We have lots of different feelings and emotions. We have a full range. And every single version of us, every state of consciousness will experience their feelings and emotions. There is nothing wrong with that. The idea is learning to identify, being aware, deciding your I amness. Everything is to your benefit. And when you start seeing that, despite what circumstances might be happening, you're going to see that life changes. Listen, when everything is seemingly going perfect in your life, it's easy to be a manifester. It's easy to believe in manifestation. When things are in your face manifesting and you're happy because they are your desires, it's easy to be a manifester in those moments, aren't they? When you're experiencing movement that looks like evidence that you're going to get what you want, it's easy. It's easy for you to be in that new identity. It's easy for you to have your belief in manifestation. But when shit hits the fan, when life appears to suck, those are the moments to maintain your throne. That's what that means. You maintain it. You are the new self, despite the fact you might be spiraling, despite the fact that you might be, very much not loving the circumstance in front of you. But you are your new self no matter what. At the end of the day, having the mindset that it doesn't matter that I had a spiral today. It doesn't matter. I'm still her or him. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to get what I want. Maintain that throne. Telling you it'll change your life. We don't have to chase. We don't have to beg. We aren't trying to prove ourselves to get the life we want. This isn't about earning it or begging for it. It's about claiming it and deciding it and knowing who you are. Manifestation is not meant to be where you are begging God or the universe to finally change your life. If anything, think of it as that God within you that universe within you, your I amness, it's like saying to you, will you just decide you are this so I can give it to you? God, universe, whatever you personally believe in, God has given us free will. That God is you. And it's not going to force you to make decisions. It's your free will to decide who you are. So even through chaos, stand in your decision. And I'm telling you, life will change. So on that note, I'll see you tomorrow.